And Iha, greetings to all in creation. Again, Aurora, Mother of New Creation, uniting heaven and earth. And it is the night before the final election day tomorrow. So I turned on the television since I'm in this magnificent room for one, always with a king sized, of course. And always in love and gratitude with my angels and archangels and galactic teams. We did a triple integration today with Arctis and stabilization. And I'm literally reprogramming the whole field for 1D to 6A now. So I'm commanding all my Arcturian teams, like Solara and your friends there, like my family, MC Solar and stuff. It's time for you to step off and give it up, because it's time for you to know, or maybe like the whole thing has to go. All the YouTube things that have been filmed and proclaimed for however many years now, flushed down the drain. Everything, because everything was based on lies. No such thing as 3D to 5D. As I said, it was based on division of power. It was based on fear, terrorism, and robbery. The only reason why there are 3 Dimas running around when there's only one me, the other 2 are fake for brains and they're haters, and they're very dangerous little girls with mental problems, is robbery, illegal robbery, and bullying, and female abuse, and lies. So we already went through today how the COVID-19 initiated in the United States of America, and literally I was on the phone today with AT&T, and they have these MK Ultra programmers on AT&T that go, Dina, Dima, Aurora, Dima, Dina, Aurora, Aurora, yes, Aurora. And then if I say, yeah, we have to arrest the 911, they go, Dima, and then whatever, and then they go, Dina. And then, so I'm not sure that if I shift to Verizon it'll be better, but I used to be Verizon all the way when I was in Florida. So I might take my number and go to Verizon, because up until now, this number is taking my picture, which I don't appreciate. I don't know who is on the other end taking a picture of me while I'm talking on YouTube or anywhere else on Earth. So I don't feel safe with my own self, because my stuff is always monitored. So basically, I went to the hotel lobby today, and I had decided to type my transcript again, because there's a lot of adjustments I need to make. Now, they had me enter my email address and then asked for my password, which I put in. And then they're like, what is the PIN code of your phone? So we verify that it's really you, for my number, 213-519-4472. And I put the PIN number that I use on this phone, and they're like, no, it's not correct. So more flagrant than that, you cannot be. So then I have to call AT&T, and they have to like MK Ultra program me for however long that took, which is absolute horror. And I woke up in the morning and I had to call the police of Beaufort here, leave a detailed voicemail about COVID-19 and its creation due to the change of my birthday and the forced identity theft and human trafficking that they don't hold David Rogers and co. accountable for, whereas supposedly in California they would have them arrested. So, and now I understand. I don't know that I do understand, but after everything was said and done in the last few videos, I needed to make a few more rectifications to the field and upgrades, since I had to since that phone call with the cops, and then I called David Rogers twice, left him voicemails, my former husband, and then it won't call back from this phone. And like, this phone doesn't call Ascend Hotel, it doesn't call any other lawyers that Ascend Hotel troopers that down there with the Catholic Church gave me. So as you all notice, everything is very politicized. That's like how it is on Earth. Everything is very polarized. It's called, I live in non-duality. So when people start to hold me accountable for my actions as if I'm part of your world, I ain't. And I will never be part of your world. So today, with my integrational processes with Arctis, I had to tell Arctis that they gotta follow me, because I ain't ever gonna integrate in this 3D thing. At first, when I tried to do the integrational stuff and everything, since then it never worked for me. So it will never work for me. And there is no such thing. Anyone who makes pretend they're in 5D, it doesn't even exist. It's 1D to 6A. All the internet now is a liar. And that's a fact. A fact. So your new surgeries is 1D to 6A for a free, liberated planet. All countries as one, under the sun, queen of all multiverses, planet Earth equal heart, fully active, and all the populations and all the peoples united as one in the highest levels of agape love. It's beyond love. So we don't talk about competition anymore with winning and losing, because then we live free. We are able to, as individuals, have a regulated planet. The climate is at the most fantastic levels all the time. The weather is mild. All our plants and trees carry fruit. So if your children run off in the wild naked, they can always pick fruit and they'll always be safe, because there's no predator and victim. There's no oppressor and oppressed. There is no anything from the 3D to 5D bullshit you try to shove down my throat, which will never go down, no matter how much sauces and mustards and mayos and srirachas I try to put on my food. It don't go down. I can't take it. No means no. So that's on you all, how you want to get to grips with what really is, because your world is very dysfunctional. Literally, like look at them all. Miserable people with ballots, and I don't even know what it even means. And then they walk around with masks, and they're all looking very tired, disproportionate. They're cold, and that is the fact of things on Earth. And that's not supposed to be how it is. We are a planet of gods and goddesses. Everybody's supposed to be looking at their highest version like a god on Earth. Anyone with this is the illusion. If you're deformed, if you have pains, this is like because of the carbon density of the dark alien programming, where everybody has to vote. Do you want this guy or that guy? What the fuck? It's been years. The first guy couldn't write my name on paper, give me an ID. The second guy couldn't. Now, what would make the third guy be able to give me an ID on Earth? I don't understand. There's already other broads in my name, and they're still playing the fame game now. Anywho, so within the linearity of things here on Earth, what I am seemingly kind of understanding, because I had to block off Jonah Terry today, because when this AT&T guy was calling and it was like non-stop, and I don't even know, it was complete MK Ultra program, like, motherfucker, come on. Then simultaneously Jonah was like, give me the password of this, and give me the photographs of all your bank cards front and back with because I want to put money in everything. Well, honey, guess what? You've had the password to one of my accounts for already 24 hours. I didn't receive half a dime. Why would you think that I would be dumb as fuck to that level of giving you all of my stuff when you get one thing, you can't even put $1 in there? You want me to give you all of the rest of it? Why? So I risk more identity theft and bullshit every day? I don't think so. No. So I had to block the guy. And once I did, I had, a, very deep integrational moment here, like body-wise. in Epsom salts in a like spiritual detox bath. And then I sort of started to comprehend even more about what's been going on in terms of, like, after I left Johnson City and I went to Spring Hill and Jonah came in the field, and then I had to leave Tennessee because it was not even like amusing, and I saw all the spiders that had formed in Nashville in my hotel that was like so pristine and perfect a few days before I went to Spring Hill. Like, I was in the best hotel. I had a blast. It was like the best place ever. And I loved the Cracker Barrel place there in Tennessee. And I was having a ball. And, then I went back and it was full of hatched spiders everywhere with spider webs. All the hotel was being eaten by spiders. And also, like, they had like a lot of oatmeal breakfasts, and that was the first time I ever tried those pouches of oatmeal because they were preparing me for the Thompson thing, obviously. So then once I went to Greyhound and I like booked from Nashville down to Carolina because Brendan and Joelle had called, because they had been preparing the whole field with their like little cabal horse that they were importing just because of their partnership without my knowledge with like Beyond, like not only the Heather Harvey thing but the Amber Dawn Galardia and Beyond, like Andrew. They were all playing a Machiavellic game on me for God knows what reason. And so there was two kinds of games. So the Andrew game versus the Jonah game. And apparently Jonah's game was a game of reversal. So when I got here and I was, because what I like about Jonah, at least he talks to me. And even if he tries to misguide me, it's still communication. It still assists me with my final events energies. Anyway, the other ones, they're just, they're silent like a stone and they just like stare me out. And then they play a song for me. Like, oh my God, today they played Dust in the Wind. Probably that was Steven telling me like, oh, goodbye. And then they played like Shawn Mendes for me, which is supreme cute. I get it. So now I get it. Like Andrew's the guy who can give me Aurora Diamond Rainbow because he's the one who stole that shit with Amber and my like 843 number and my 941 number. And Jonah's the, COVID-19, like he's the October 5 timeline with the, whatever that is. Like, that's the timeline of Russell, Jonah, and Steven, it seems. If I'm understanding right at this point between the duality of life on Earth as it so seems to be looking at me straight up at. So, I had a vision that, like, honestly, Jonah might have done some spell work on me a while, like when I'm back here at the alley and I was talking to him, and then I had my 8-hour stroke because I was telling him that morning that, if anybody, like if I give my trust to someone and my full self, and then if, you go and you dip it elsewhere, and I will become I will not fare well. It will be bad, like my mom. Like, I can't really deal. And the day I told him this information, that I would die if he ever did that to me, he did just that to me. So that's the style of the guy, So I had to die all night on that, like, bed/futon while Vicky had the bed upstairs because they were preparing her to, take my place down the line and get knocked up by Stephen Thompson, it seems, in North Carolina. And, I was downstairs. I had a stroke for like a very long hours, and then he vanished. And during that time I had a lot of like visions of like Russell Pearson and Jonah Terry like fighting over me, like etherically, very deeply. And Andrew Ryan had just deserted the scene, and he's like, you can handle it. When I emailed him, I'm like, listen, man, they're doing strange ass shits here. They're taking me out of the zone when it's my birthday, then my mom's and dad's wedding day, then when it's my mom's birthday. Please help me. He's like, you can handle it. Because he was doing these games himself. Like, he was sending all these little mongoloid agents from Craigslist and whatever, like Airbnb and stuff, to come and fornicate in the bed I was in the night before. All bunch of rituals and bullshit so that Amber can take my place. And literally this morning I sent a message on to Donna Scarlatelli on Facebook. I'm like, what are you, the 911? And then she flashed it right back at my face. Like, as I sent it, it like just flashed right back. But why I chose to go with Donna either way, even if my dad told me to not go with her, because he probably knew that she was, French Canadian, etc. backed. He probably knew, she's like trying to turn it around on me, but I only chose her because she was like top feminine, like woman empowerment liberty lawyer for all females, and she has a like 0% failure rate on her record. And I went from like the Espinoza situation with whatever his name was, Lance Law, my Mexican lawyer, who got me straight in the goddamn fucking wall, almost got me deported, and then he at least showed up at like Pinellas and got me out like in one piece. Then I had to stop a car in the middle of the street in Sarasota. I just ran, and I ran in front of a Jeep, and I'm like, stop! And then I just like, ma'am, this is an emergency. You gotta take me to my lawyer, because that this is a matter of life or death. And David's car apparently just stopped in the middle of the street that same day. Like, oh, it wasn't at all messed with by the neighbors. No, it wasn't. No. So I go to Scarlatelli. When I see her, I run to her and I'm hugging her, and I'm like, I literally like became very, emotional, and I'm like literally like, I surrendered to her fully. I'm like, she's my hero. And then we went to court in Orlando, and then I received my green card, and the next day I started to work, and I was paying my own FPL and my own rent every day, and like I was just pretty proud, and I was breaking free from the whole David conditioning and programming, but never enough, of course. Then he revealed the true cards when the Jason and like stuff came and like just took down all my work and started to pay me under the table. They're like, yeah, you gotta go far. Where are you gonna go? You can't stay here in South Carolina. And the whole way in the U-Haul from Florida to Carolina, David was not only yelling, like Jason was gonna do an accident. He's like, listen, Dave, if you don't stop yelling at this woman this way, I'm gonna, first of all, I have a migraine. Second of all, I'm gonna hit a tree. That's when I started to weep hysterically, because every day he yelled at me this way. Every goddamn fucking day. And then Donna Scarlatelli bounces it back at my face, and she told me last summer, I'm not gonna reimburse you. What do you mean? This is beyond the money, bitch. I trusted you beyond my father telling me not to, beyond my husband's car breaking down so I don't get to you. I got to you anyway. I jumped in front of a goddamn fucking car. So what's the big deal? Oh, because I chose to leave Fruitville because they were like molesting me in the house behind my back with the epileptic fucking Scorpio magicians and the insane Marco Lepore Virgo and the other Dan, the man, the Cancerian liar. Oh, I choose to leave Florida, then you block my emails and you steal my shit in Atlanta. Why? Because I'm going west where it's yin? And I don't care about who's up west. I know that past Phoenix, when you get to Phoenix, Arizona, and when you go continue, the whole energy shifts from complete yen, patriarch, to yin. Then I get to put me first as a woman. I come back to fucking life when I get there. But no, you debase me and you make me feel like shit. Why? Because I'm trying to stay alive? After all of Florida literally shat on me with the whole Ashley fucking shit? It wasn't my choice to have this Ashley Hooker, Victoria's Secret monkey move in next door with her thong and her Bradley and her watermelon shit. No. So, long story short, it was a very galactically, shift of a day. And I'm understanding what's going on. So like now everybody's compartmentalized and everybody's in deep ego mind. Like they think that, oh, if I want to do this and if I want to earn myself, I got to go to that area because that's the guy who can give me back to me. Habibi, what the fuck? I come from God and I chose Donna because I thought she would get it. But no, now I have to be a little cock-sucking idiot Why? Because I chose a wrong lawyer. So now what do? Some guy has this identity, and then Jonah put spells on me to make pretend that I'm a guy for some God knows what reason. They made pretend that I'm a guy. They had me registered as a dude in the LA hospital with their buddy Marcus, who started to pee in their like little toilet after he took me to get a B12 shot. Yeah, right. So, that's when I gave up the 843. So that's when they, gave Andrew the full power to give it to like Amber, who was like, yes, I'm gonna get the number of this girl. Yes, oh my God. And to David, all I can tell you, honey, is, in Hollywood, when like Ariana Grande has fans, Trump doesn't give the fans her name and her money and her art. No, he keeps her as her, and he makes the fan fucking bitches. But you're insane, David, and you're a hater, and you're gonna fall on your teeth and die like the dog you are. So I don't know where to get my respect from, since the women betrayed me and the men want me to be like their cock-sucking little loser on my fours after they put spells on me and every day mock me and every day steal my information with AT&T flagrantly to give to other hoes and keep me monitored all the time. Why? Because you're afraid to be on your own? Because you want to own me by force with Aaron from AT&T? That's not gonna happen. I am nobody's goddamn possession. My covenant comes from God himself. So you want to God bless America? Tell me how you're going to do that. Because I'm not going to break, and I'm not going to fall, and I'm not going to stop. And I'm never going to ever jeopardize my isness for any of your trash tramp little illusion bubbles of bullshit. And then you show me the Nashville show. Oh, yak, 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 yak. Oh, yak, yak. Oh, yeah. Oh, yaw, clack, clack, clack. Yeah, I've been to Nashville many times. They call me names there, and they think bad shit about me. When I commenced Nashville, I made it. I was the one giving sessions at my hotel room. They would come in my room. I would even let them use my shower in my Nashville hotel. And you can go ask, and ask any of them, did I ever touch their little wieners? Never. But no, everybody wants to force me to justify their little prostitute fucking nigger holes. It won't happen. It ain't gonna happen.